Okay, y'all, let's talk about it. Game of Thrones. Season 1, Episode 6. Y'all, this episode it was just a lot going on in this episode. First off, Bran is having dreams of the 3-Eye Raven. Okay, he ended up getting his saddle that Tyrion had got for him or whatever. So he's able to go horseback riding with no problem with his, disability or whatever. So they out there riding around in the woods or whatever, Rob out there. They end up, Bran end up getting captured by some wildlings. So some wildlings catch him and they end up, offing the wildlings off and keeping one of the ladies as a hostage because she begged for her life or whatever. But Rob definitely defended his brother Bran. So back in King's Landing, what is going on there? Ned wakes up in the little in his bed or whatever after he was stabbed by Jaime's guard the episode before, and Robert and Cersei is there. So Robert and Cersei get into it. He popped her and she ended up leaving out of the room. Rob is telling um Rob is telling Ned, like, look, I don't really deal with my brothers like that, but out of everybody I know, I chose you to be my brother for real. That's how I know, like, they real best friends. Like I said, Robert really need Ned because Ned is the only person he can trust. Period. So Ned, he gives Ned his little Hand of the King pendant or whatever and told him that he going out on a hunt, and he told Ned that basically he has to take care of all of the, king's duties for the day or whatever until he get back. So while Ned is on the throne taking care of king's duties, they was talking about um, somebody raiding some town or whatever, offing people and stuff like that. So the two people that he was talking about was the Hound. No, not the Hound. The Hound's brother, the Mountain, and Tywin Lannister, who is funding the whole freaking kingdom right now with his money, right? So Ned basically say they need to come to the kingdom or whatever, or else they're gonna be doomed as traitors or whatever, and they're gonna be offed or whatever. I'm like, Ned is wild. Like, he can't keep on going at the Lannisters like that because the Lannisters is funding, like I said, half of the kingdom and everything like that. And once Robert get a hold of that, what he did, he gonna be upset because he already told him he ain't gunning for the Lannisters like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why he ain't doing nothing to Jaime when Jaime had ambushed Ned in front of the brothel or whatever because he don't want no beef between them. He was, you know, um, he was like, you better fix it. You know, I don't need y'all at odds, the Starks and the Lannisters, like that. Because he said, y'all better fix it right now. So, uh, Tyrion is still in the dungeons. He was at the dungeons and at the Vale, okay? So he bribes the guard so that he can get out or whatever. He told the guard he would give him some money if he can get an audience with Jon Arryn's wife or whatever. So he gets up there with Liza. He basically said he wanted to try with combat or whatever the case may be. So, no, he said he wanted to confess his sins or whatever, his crimes. So he was just talking about, stuff that he did or whatever, like little petty shit or whatever. And then he was like, well, they want him to die. So he was like, well, I demand a trial by combat. So the one guy that was with them on the road when they got there, he ended up, being his they first he wanted his brother, but they was like, no, Jamie Lannister is the Kingslayer is not here. So the trial was today. So the other guy, Braun or whatever, he decided to defend defend Tyrion or whatever. So he ended up winning a trial for Tyrion. Tyrion ends up getting freed and he's able to leave or whatever the case may be. Now, back over in Essos, Daenerys, she is doing like this ritual thing or whatever, a celebration because she's doing like a ritual where she gotta eat a heart or whatever because she's pregnant and stuff like that. So she does the ritual and everything like that, and her brother Viserys is big hating because he see that they all love her, they chant for her and all this and that. So he tries to steal her dragon eggs and all that, but that ain't go down. So then later on during the feast, when he was in there or whatever, he basically pulled a sword out on her and all that in front of her husband and all that. And was going off like, I want my crown. I want what's promised to me. Or else I'm going to take you away from him because he not giving me what I said I wanted, an army and a crown. So why Khal Drogo go ahead and burn some gold in a little pot or whatever and dumped the whole pot over Sarah's head, yo. A whole gold, his whole head turned gold and the gold was melting all over his head. And Viserys ended up gone or whatever. And Danny was looking at that shit like, oh well, he ain't no dragon, like because when she touch fire, it touch hot stuff, she don't get burned. But he kept on saying he was the last dragon, he was the real dragon, and all this and that, but he really wasn't for real. So I'm trying to see. I feel like I missed something else that's important. Oh yeah, Joffrey tried give Sansa a necklace and sweet talk her, talk about she gonna be his queen, yada yada yada, nonsense, right? Like that's so annoying. And Ned is telling the girls like, look, we gotta go. It's time for y'all to go. We gotta get up out of here. I'm gonna send y'all home because it ain't safe for y'all, right? And then later on that night, he figured out what Jon Arryn knew. So he figured out that all of the Baratheon line has black hair. And Joffrey and them, his kids, Robert Baratheon's children, they all have blonde hair. Even his bastards have black hair. So why his biological kids got blonde hair? His non-bastard kids, why they had blonde? We all know the reason why, but that was just the kicker right there. But yeah, this was the whole episode. I don't think I missed anything really too much. But yeah, tell me what y'all think about the episode. Go ahead, like the video, drop your comments. And I'll see you in the next one.